In this video, I want to talk about the kind of language to use if you want your song to be a country hit. One classic definition of a song is poetry set to music. But I think if you want to write for the commercial market, especially the country market, a much better definition to use is conversation set to music. When I listen to country hits, they're like a little slice of life. I get the impression that I'm listening into the thoughts in someone's head, or I'm overhearing a conversation between two characters in the song, or the singer is just talking to me and the audience, telling us something. And more than anything else, what helps give your song that sense of being from real life is using natural, everyday, conversational language. Well, okay, most of us don't speak in rhyme and meter, which is important for a great song. But even while you're creating that, make sure you're saying it just like you'd say it if you were having an actual conversation. Now, I was explaining that to some writers one time, and one of them said, well, yeah, but I'd never say, watch my corn pop up in rows. And I get that. As writers, we want to say things in a more clever and entertaining way than we would in normal conversation. But I would say, watch my corn grow up in rows. And by changing the word grow to the word pop, it makes it more fun, but it keeps that natural conversational feel. I mean, it wouldn't have it if I said, watch as in rows my corn pops up. I mean, that's grammatically correct, but nobody talks like that. And be careful not to wax poetic and say things like, observe the maize emerging in its parallel planting. I think the number one reason that I see people using words that aren't quite right or aren't quite conversational is when they're reaching for a rhyme. For example, a line like, I'm always good to her, I give her what she prefers. Okay, if I say that, you know what I mean. But if I wasn't looking for a rhyme, I'd just say, I give her what she wants. And you can't sacrifice being natural and conversational just because it gets to a rhyme. I always like to say, if you let the rhymes drive the bus, they will steer you off a cliff. So if you're having a lot of trouble coming up with that natural rhyme, try changing the line before it. Like, whatever makes her happy, all she has to do is ask me. There's always another way to say it, so keep working till you get it right. And if you're tempted to settle and go, okay, maybe it's not perfect, but it'll work, well, think about all those hit writers who do this full-time for a living, and they've got all day to get it just right. They're not going to settle. And trust me, they want their next cut just as bad as you want your first one.